Hey guys, and happy Tuesday. I'm doing a video day all this week, and today's topic is abortion. So abortion really is a very, very difficult topic to discuss. A lot of people get really upset over it, and rightly so. So in no form or way am I pro-abortion. Abortion is a terrible thing, and I think it's a terrible option that some people just have to make. There's so many better options out there, like adoption or just don't get pregnant, but sadly it's the only option for some people, and that's why I'm pro-choice. So as I've done with other videos, I will discuss both sides of this argument thoroughly. So you do have the one side that I am on, which is pro-choice. Now my side of the argument for pro-choice is that it keeps women having that healthy option, because if women want to get the abortion, they're going to get it. And it's just nice to know that if they want to have an abortion, they can easily go to an abortion clinic and do it in a very healthy manner. People seem to forget about the time before Roe versus Wade. Back then, there were very few states that actually allowed abortions. So what did you do if you wanted to get an abortion? The option for many women were things called back alley abortions. And that usually was, very literally taking a metal clothes hanger, shoving inside the woman and scrambling up the baby until it was dead. Now obviously this isn't a medical procedure. It was usually just Joe Smo down the street who would just do it to the woman. And no matter how bad abortion sounds, just try to visualize someone shoving a metal clothes hanger into a woman's vagina and scrambling a baby until it was dead. And I mean, abortion actually sounds kind of nice compared to that. The other option would be to get really hyped up on heroin or meth or crack or some other drug in hopes that the baby would die from a result of that. That was sometimes even worse, because sometimes the baby didn't die and then it would be born with all these defects and a terrible life ahead of it. Also, you have the issue of the woman getting addicted to these drugs. She does heroin one time to get rid of this baby, and then she's hooked on it for life. So my argument isn't that abortion is okay in any form or manner. It's just that having an abortion clinic where women can go to is a lot better option than what we used to do. The other side of the argument that's against it usually compares abortion to murder. In order to do that, I think we first have to decide when life actually begins. Now, of course, just saying that makes it sound really easy, but we both know that's not true. I mean, the debate of when life begins is even debated among people who are, against abortion. I mean, does it begin at conception, or does it begin when the baby is first born, or is it after the first trimester, or the second trimester? I mean, it's so many theories and options are out there, but what's the truth? Personally, it's even complicated for me. I used to say that since life technically ends when the heart stops beating, that it should technically begin when the heart starts to beat. But I think even that is sometimes a little iffy, because it's hard to say that the baby is technically alive is when it's kind of feeding off the mother, because as soon as you took the baby out, it would die within seconds. Even with the best medical attention, it would not be able to survive. So how can you say that a baby is alive or dead without first finding out if it would be able to survive on its own if it was born? And I think that's a very vital argument for anyone who is against abortion. I think it makes perfectly sense. I can understand where it's coming from. You're thinking to yourself that in your head, you think the baby is alive, so it is a human being. It is alive, and it's breathing, and we're killing it, basically. And I understand that argument, and I am not at all trying to downgrade that at all. But I believe having healthy options for women is more important, and that's where I stand on the issue. And there's really nothing else I can add to that. The fact is, abortion is a topic that you're not really going to change anyone's opinion on. And most people have very firm views on this, and it's not going to change overnight or something like that. But I would like to say that you can't really understand what someone goes through when they get an abortion until you actually are put in that situation. Because there's many people who have abortions who look at it in a very different situation. They might happen to regret it afterwards, or they might think it's a good decision they made, because otherwise their future would have been ruined through this child. And it's easy to say that adoption would be a good option, but we all hear the stories, the horror stories of foster care. So even in that situation, is it better to, just have the abortion, or is it better to have the baby and put it through this system that has so much corruption? You have no idea what could happen to this child. So basically, it's just your personal choice. If you don't want to have the abortion, then just don't have it. But you never know. You might just find yourself in that situation, and it might be your only option. And if it is your only option, then I would rather it be in a very healthy, in a hospital with a doctor, in a very medical procedure, opposed to just doing it on the street with a coat hanger. So I hope that has you thinking, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.